Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to my YouTube channel, One Who Sees Tarot. This is going to be your reading for the month of March 2025 for those of you born in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius family members, the first message that I got for you had to do with your back, your lower back. You want to be, I don't see anything major, but what I do see is I do see a pain in your back. Some of you will get this pain because you lifted something. Yeah, you lifted something incorrectly. That's the first thing. You also want to be mindful about how you sleep, and this whole notion of you might get up too abruptly, or you might get up and you're not prepared or something like that because your back is at risk. Nothing major, but that's what I see, okay? All right, let me look at the coconut shells and see what the Spirit wants to show you in the coconut shell, Sagittarius. Yeah, be mindful of trips and falls as well. Little things on your floor, be mindful of that. You look good in the way of health overall, the way of power, personal power overall. You look very solid. Okay, I definitely see a solid type of a thing here. Keys, be mindful of losing keys. Be mindful of that. So in other words, put your keys where you always put them, first of all. Dropping things, forgetting things, leaving things, that type of thing. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave that. We're going to go into our water and see what the Spirit wants to show us in the water for Sagittarius. Lighting is important for those of you that are studying anything. Lighting is important. Calming your mind is important also during this time. Mindfulness practices, deep, purposeful breathing is important. Soft music, the music that you like is important. Soft though, nothing bumping around. Although you might enjoy some of that, a little bit, because I think music's important to help you. Because you're heading in a direction, you're going someplace, but there's a lot of this type of energy coming. And so you want to make sure that you focus to be successful, but take a breather every now and then. You got to calm that mind of yours, okay? Yeah. Things on your floor, slipping things on your floor, be mindful of that, okay? Spirit guide has already been invoked and the cards have been anointed, shuffled, and cut according to the amount of times and directions given to me by my spirit guide. And so with your kind permission, may I begin a look at and an interpretation of the sacred tarot for you for this time cycle. Okay. Alrighty. You were coming into this time, you were coming into this reading cycle with wholeness and self-love. You were coming in with self-love. So I see that as sort of like a level of appreciation for where you are and how you live and what you have accomplished. I think that's very prevalent for you in this reading. I also see where new things and new people, your future is going to take you to new things and new people. Your future is going to take you to new places. Now, I know I have a few, I have one Sagittarian friend who I know travels a lot, but that's not what I'm talking about necessarily. I'm talking about new places, like new jobs, new schools, new offices, new buildings. It's new. There's new. And it's a step up for you. It's a step up. It's a new experience for you. It's a newness. Okay, I keep saying that. I'm sorry if I'm annoying with that. Definitely opportunity that you deserve, that you worked at, that you worked for. Definitely opportunity. And the reason why it's in the lower portion is because it's brewing. You're being prepared for the newness. You're being prepared for this new person, this new version of yourself that you had been working on. Okay? Not necessarily a strong time for love and intimate relationships, not necessarily. You have that. You also have this idea, energies of, or I should say, the interpretation of this card. It talks about, it's basically about being disappointed. It's about being, in other words, it might be someone, and you probably know this already, someone that you wanted to be supportive and that person is not supportive. That person is disappointing you. That type of thing. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, so I don't think it's shocking. I don't think it's, oh my goodness. I'm telling you that the new version of yourself is going to go to a new place, new people, new hallways. You're over it and you're ready to rebuild. There is newness coming for you. Any of you that have been out, down and out, worrying, wondering, doubting, this card, a good interpretation of this card has to do with being raised from the dead, the phoenix, being resurrected, listening to your angels and being elevated to another place, to another level. Okay, and I talked about this in this whole beginning of our reading cycle, or this reading recording. Good luck, good fortune, great things are ahead for you. Good stuff, great fortune, new. I keep hearing that word new. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And in your final outcome, this is the card that speaks about your future. I want you to think about where you want to be. I want you to think about what you want your future to be. That's the first thing. The secondary interpretation is that I don't think you can actually see. I think you can only see that much, but there's more on the other side of that door. There's more on the other side. There's something, I'm not going to say the word again. You heard me almost say new, but there's something beautiful and clear and professional, nice. It's beautiful, it's open, it's clean, it's fresh. It's on the other side of that door, on the other side of this meeting that you're going to have, this opportunity that you're going to be approaching. And this card is saying you can't see it, but it's there for you. So you're coming from a situation where you may have gotten some bad news, right? You may have dealt with, this lack of support. You could have dealt with that, or you could be dealing with that. You could have dealt with someone saying something that would normally have hurt your feelings, but you're over it and you realize that they're ignorant, and so you're over it. There's a change that's taking place inside of you. This card speaks eloquently about the change of mind, the paradigm shift. There's a change, there's a growth. You have come to a benchmark time of your life, and you've been moving towards this. You kind of knew that, right? But now you're getting ready to accept it, and you're getting ready to go to the next level, the next age, the next decade, or that type of thing, like a benchmark, and now you're going to the next level. That's a cool thing for you. Okay. I talked about keys, and particularly car keys. Okay, that's important. travel documents are important. Make sure you put them where they're supposed to be. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll be right with you. I was working on listening and looking at the Chariot card in reverse because it usually means stillness. But as I was looking at it, I was seeing keys, car keys that relate to mobility. That type of thing is what I was looking at. Okay. You're not. You're going to be spending more time at home. Number one, and more time appreciating and loving where you are and who you are. That's important. Finances will be fine. Finances will be fine. And you're going to be pondering, as I said a little while ago, about this idea of what's on the other side. What is this new thing that I'm talking about? And this is this pondering. This is you thinking. This is you looking back. The way that the card is situated, it even has this notion of looking back, looking at where you were. It's a 9. It has to do with letting some things go, letting go of things from your past, letting go of that old version of you. That old version of you served its purpose, but now there is a new version. This card speaks about that. This card speaks about you doing an assessment, checking the score, so to speak. Okay, I'm gonna let these last 3 cards be the last 3. All right. So yeah, this whole idea of your back, I talked about that. The middle area of your body, I talked about that. Documents, okay, documents, formal documents could be challenged as you go forward. Could be challenged as you go forward. But there's still progress. There's still going to be a going forward. Challenge, you're facing a challenge with a formal governmental type of a formal structure, but there's still progress and you'll still be pushing through. Boy, I'm going to stop there because I definitely feel inspired to tell you what I'm telling you, and that is that as you go forward, there's something on the other side. If I say that one more time, I'll smack myself. But the idea that there's a better version of you. The overall theme of your reading has to do with the next level for you, the better version of yourself. And don't worry about the particulars. Don't worry about the and the particulars have to do with whatever the particulars are for you, whether it's this or that, or whatever it is. I'm not going to go into a list, but I want you to hear what I'm saying. There's the next version of yourself. It's the better version. I'm going to stop there. Sagittarius, stay blessed. I hope this reading has shed a light in a dark corner of your life and given you some hope and some truth and some encouragement, but even more than that, giving you some confirmation about things and energies and experiences that you're already feeling. But as you go through March, I hope this reading will give you some light, okay? If you need to reach me or you want to communicate with me, the information is below. Stay blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in.